Her mother walked past her very delicately, slowly taking a few paces towards the cabinets below the sink, grabbing out from under it the open box of fertilizer, the crystallized miracle grow that sat beneath it, setting it on the kitchen counter, and reaching into one of the cabinets and grabbing a glass. She turned on the faucet, filling it with water, after which she reached to the side, into the box of miracle grow, taking several scoops and putting it into the glass of water, taking a spoon and mixing it up thoroughly until the crystals had disappeared, leaving the water a crystal blue color. "Mom, what are you doing?" Rose said as she stared at her mother, starting to become terrified of where this was going. Her mother turned around, looked at her with a smile on her face, and without any hesitation whatsoever, she lifted the glass filled with blue liquid and began drinking it down. Rose was horrified. That was pure poison. A human being couldn't drink that, it would kill them. And yet their mother's Rose's mother was, drinking it down as if it were nothing. In very little time at all, the entire glass was consumed, and Rose's mother set the glass down. I really don't care for the flavor, but it's necessary, Rose's mother said as she walked back to her seat, sitting down and looking at Rose. And there you have it. That's what I eat, Rose. She was completely horrified. All these years? That's what she's been eating? Or not eating. Drinking. Plant food? Mom, I think you're sick. We just need to call the doctor and have them give you a little check, she said, thinking that her mother had gone completely mental. At this point, I'm kind of surprised that you're still alive, but we need to get you to a doctor, Mom. We still haven't gotten it yet, her mother replied. Sweetheart, I'm not the only one who's been drinking that. What? Rose replied. Tell me, Rose, what do you think that medication you take is? I mean, really, do you ever even remember having ever gone to a doctor? And in the moment, Rose shuddered, because, for the life of her, she couldn't remember actually having gone to a doctor. Not once. Your body may be somewhat different than mine, but you still require much the same things. Unfortunately, you do require more. I am able to sustain on much less than you. This is once again due to your father. He was different than me. As I said, we were born on opposite sides of the war. And just like on this planet, Earth, where there are multiple races, on the planet that we come from, there are multiple races there as well. But one of the primary differences between here on Earth and our home world is the origin of our races. You see, human beings are mammals. They're primates, specifically, like monkeys or gorillas. But we aren't primates, sweetheart. We aren't, and your father wasn't. To be truthful, our closest living relatives on this planet, as far as genealogy is concerned, would be common plants. My closest genetic relative here on Earth is actually a tulip. A common garden variety tulip. Are you beginning to understand, sweetheart? We aren't mammals. We are plants. And as such, we need things that plants need. You have got to be kidding me, Rose said, starting to completely lose it again. Suddenly, she dashed out of the front room and the kitchen, heading back through the hallway towards her room. "Rose!" her mother shouted, but she paid no attention to her. At a full sprint, running through her room and into the bathroom, opening the bathroom cabinet where all of her medication was. One after another, she began to pull the bottles out, popping them open, removing the pills, pouring them into the kitchen sink, the bathroom sink, with the drain closed. One after another, she began to grab the different assortment of pills, popping the small plastic-like capsules open. And as she did, inside, she found a very simple substance. Small blue crystals. In every single vial, every single pill that she cracked open, all contained the same material. Those small blue crystals. Her mother stepped into the doorway of the bathroom connected to Rose's room, as Rose slowly began to step away from the sink, now completely panicked, unsure of what to think. Has her mother been poisoning her all these years? Is that why her health is so bad? And she needs the medication? No. The medication has been plant food the entire time. When she was a kid and she started to get sick, her mother told her that she started seeing a doctor, that she found out that she had a malnutrition problem, and told her that she had to start taking medication for it. Once she started taking the medication, Rose stopped being sick. She got better, but over time, she started getting weak again, and so her mother told her that she saw the doctor again, and that they had given her another prescription, that she had another nutrition problem, a different medication to fix it. And just like before, after Rose started taking the new medication, she got better. It wasn't that she was taking a new medication. She didn't have 5 different medications to take. It was all one medication. The same treatment, just upping the dosage as the years went by. It was plant food. Rose had been taking plant food for years, in continuously increasing dosages. And whenever she stopped taking it, she fell deathly ill. She couldn't live without it. In the moment, Rose fell to her knees, feeling sick to her stomach, as if she was going to blow chunks, covering her mouth and gripping around her stomach. No human could live through that. No human could take that and live. And most definitely, no human would ever get sick because they didn't have it, or would ever get better because they started taking it. There was no question about it anymore. Rose finally came to the realization that she wasn't human. She wasn't a human being, not a primate, not flesh and blood like they were flesh and blood. She was a plant, more closely related to the plants that they have in their garden than to them. Rose's mind was in complete revolt, jolting from one thought to the next, one horror movie after the other, now uncertain of her place in the world, of the meaning of her existence, of what she even was, of why she was what she was, of what it meant for her, what was going to happen to her. Suddenly, the fact that she didn't get a period like the other girls suddenly made an immense amount of sense. That is a human biological function. It happens to primates, but not to plants.